Okay, so this is my first video. I plead the blood of Christ over this. I may convey my message as I am supposed to, with Him speaking for His glory and His glory only. Alright, so these are just dreams that I've had that I felt connected with a lot of other people's dreams. It started on Sunday and continued up until tonight, so it's quite a few, but I will do my best to get through as quickly as I can. Okay. So on Sunday I took a nap and had a dream where I was in some city and inside a building with some lady. She said to me, "When you see this building, you need to look. When you see this building, look." I could see her with the picture of the building that looked like an H. It was really, really odd, but it didn't catch my attention at the moment. So next thing I know is I'm outside locking up the building I was just in. I had the keys. I'm locking up. It felt like I was doing maintenance or something. I had knee pads on, so I know it was working. So I look to my left, and as I look up, I see a huge cross manifesting from the clouds, sitting on top of a tall building directly across the street from me. As soon as I see it, I fall to my knees, and I praise God and shout for everybody to look. Now, as everybody turns to look and fall to their knees, I hear one man say, "Well, what's happening? Why aren't we going up? Isn't this the rapture?" Now, I knew inside that it wasn't the rapture, so I remember saying that, "No, this isn't the rapture." And as soon as I did say that, a beam of light like a sun ray shined down on us, and I closed my eyes. When I closed my eyes, next thing I know is I opened them and I'm in another scene. So the next thing, I'm in this house laying down on a bed, and I'm with a child and a girl, and we're not saying anything. We're just laying there, and I hear a car park, and I look out the window, and there's someone's up at the front, and they come over to us and they knock on the door, and so I open the door, and it was, I guess, the landlady. I mean, I don't know it's the landlady, but that's what it felt like in a dream. And the word she says is, "You need to be out of here by Monday. You'll be out of here by Monday." And so then I woke up. Okay, so come Monday, I after having this dream, I'm watching videos of whatnot just to see if I can get any confirmation. And I come across this video by Renee M, and she believes in Hanukkah rapture and whatnot. But I come across this image he shared with the verses on this picture, and it stopped me dead in my tracks. This one of the images was the exact building I saw in my dream that I was supposed to look for. So I'm gonna show you a picture of the dream that I saw. This is the building that looked like an H, and it's part of my drawings. But then on Monday, when I came across this building, let's see if I can zoom in on that. Right there, that's the building that I saw. I mean, it wasn't on fire like that, but it was exactly like that. I mean, it's pretty identical to that, just at a different angle. Okay, so that was again on Monday. So again, I said I knew I needed to look, but I didn't know what to look for or what was going on. So that was just my confirmation. Okay, so after Monday night's dream now, I'm driving with friends, and I know I'm in a passenger seat driving. And I know I didn't have control, but I know I'm driving, which doesn't make any sense because I'm like leaning against the passenger door trying to drive from that angle. And in driving, I knew that I was going to crash. And so, sure enough, we bump into a vehicle and we crash. It ends up being a big old pileup as I'm taken into like third person, and I can have like a bird's eye view of everybody that crashed. And I see that we all crashed. So everybody's hopping out of their vehicles, and everybody gets out to come to us, and we're standing in a big circle. And I tell everybody, I just start telling everybody, this is it. Time is up. It's time to go. God is on his way, and this is the end of the world. And so a buddy of mine, his name is Jaime. He was with me in the vehicle, and he immediately says, "Now, we're good. We can just call a wrecker. Call a wrecker, and we'll be out of here." And so he turns to his brother, and his brother's name is Ruben, and he says, "Yeah, we can just call the wrecker. We'll be out of here in 6 hours." And so next thing I know is I woke up. Okay, so now we're on Tuesday night's stream. So the dream, I'm on a service call for a close customer of mine. He sounded very familiar, he felt familiar, but I don't know him. I'm a garage door technician. So I get to the house to see all the houses in his neighborhood have severely damaged garage doors. So I think, gold mine. I have plenty of work to do. I can just do it all, at least get my name out, get my card out, whatnot. So I start to walk around, and I end up at this one house that has a severely damaged garage door. And I start taking a look at it when the lady that lives there, she comes out, and she speaks Spanish. So I'm giving her an estimate, and I'm trying to think of the right price, but it's a type of garage door I've never seen before, so it's baffling me essentially. I don't know what to do or how to do it or how even somebody had already done it. So I'm looking around, I'm trying to figure it out when the first customer, the guy that I knew somehow, comes up to me and he says, "Hey, we're gonna get going. It's getting late. It's already 5." And so I didn't notice, but it was getting later in the evening. As a technician, you work through all hours of the night, so I mean, for him to say that was just kind of odd. But anyways, we go to his house, and as soon as we get to his garage door, I see that he was right. Like it's a job that I'm not familiar with, and I didn't have enough time. And so I start to mess with it, and thinking in my head, I was like, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. And so then I woke up. Okay, so now it's Wednesday night stream, and I'm with a friend of mine driving back in my hometown. Again, I'm the driver, but it's as if I didn't have control of my arms. Like I was trying to steer, I was trying to do everything, and I wasn't driving correctly. So I knew I was going to get pulled over. And in knowing this, my buddy, his name is Patrick, he says, "Dude, we're going to get pulled over. You need to drive right." As soon as he says this, sure enough, I see lights behind us, and we're getting pulled over. So I pull over, and out pops the sheriff, and he walks up to us, and as soon as he sees us, he says, hey, how you guys doing? And he shakes my friend's hand, Patrick, and then he shakes my hand. And he says, you guys, you're driving a little crazy, but since I know you, I'm going to let you guys go with a warning. So he goes to the hood of my truck, and he starts writing out a ticket, I figure. And so I turn to Patrick and say, I don't know who he is. And Patrick says, yeah, you do. We both know him. We know him very well. And so, anyways, the sheriff now comes back to the window, and he says, I'm going to let you go with a warning. All you need to do is just sign your name right here. And so he hands me a notepad. And so I'm signing the back of the notepad, like the cardboard part of it, which didn't make any sense. I've had a ticket before, I've had warnings before. You sign at the bottom of the ticket where it has all your information. Well, I didn't have any of that. And so he just points to the part of the notepad where I need to sign it. And so I do. But as I'm signing it, I see that there's numbers, and then there's like, it looks like latitude and longitude to me, but I didn't pay any attention to that. But I did see that underneath that was it said number 4, and then it had hours next to it. And so I sign it, we drive off, and then next thing I know is, that was the end of that dream. Okay, so now it's, sorry, that's my son. So now it's Thursday, early Friday morning. I'm asleep and I wake up to go to use the restroom. It's like 11:50 at night, right before Friday morning. And so now I'm thinking in my head all day. I'm like, all right, so I had a 6 one night, a 5 the next night, a 4 the next night. Like, is this a countdown or what is going on? Like, something's up, right? And so I'm expecting a 3. I'm wanting a 3. I need a 3 is what I'm telling myself. It needs to be a 3. It needs to be a 3 because that means it's God talking to me. So, I keep thinking to myself, what is this? What is this? So once I get back, I lay down and I pray to God. I say, God, if this is you, please show me that this is you. Please show me that you are the one that's, doing this. If it's not, and it's just me in my mind and I'm going crazy, maybe I'm just manifesting my own dreams. And so once